Hey, good evening or good morning, depending on where you are tonight or today. Sorry. I'm Arjan Boef, I'm a stained glass geek, and welcome to the live feed part 3 of creating Wolverine. We're still testing out the mevo system. This one, so far, it's been great. I'm really thankful for the support on Patreon, because the people who are on Patreon they made it possible for me to invest in, a camera system like this. This camera system allows us, while being live, to swap between channels. So we can go to a top view right here, so you can see the work I've already put in this piece, and of course also you can see what's still missing. And today we're going to zoom in on creating the parts of the arm right here. I already made a few pieces, and the background will also be opaque glass. So we will struggle with the same problem, which is how can you create these two sides when you can't see what's below on the pattern. As you can see, I'm wearing my Oceanside shirt. I'm very happy to have met Vince in Germany a few months ago and to be able to wear it. Because we are creating the Wolverine with Oceanside tiles and glass. So this project is also meant to not only show you what I can do or what you could do, because we'll be sharing these patterns as well, but also to showcase their glass and what you can make with their glass. So this is just a part of a whole series, and for now let's zoom in on this Wolverine. I've been posting about it the past 2 weeks on social media, and I've got some questions regarding the colors I'm using. This I addressed already in a previous video, so go and check that out. It's supposed to be the first one, I guess, but very briefly again, so you know which one I'm using right now. They are quite the same, yet a little bit different, and these are from the brand Silberschnitt. It's from Germany, it's from Bowl, and they are very similar to the Toyo or to the Mitsubishi, which I like all. But yeah, I like to test out glass colors when I don't have it yet. So once in a while I see something new and then I have to test it, I have to try it out. These ones I like very much, and they are also a little bit more economic than the Toyo or the Mitsubishi. So these ones will end up in my store, stainedglassgeek.com. They're not there yet, but let's give it a few days, and then I'll be sure to enlist these. And they would probably be also available on my Etsy shop anytime soon, because I really like to work with these. They score the glass very nicely, and for some reason, I don't know which reason, but they make a little bit more sound when you're scoring the glass, which I find really reassuring. Yeah, so that's about it. Let me have a little sip of coffee and then we're good to go. Yes, so I'm also online on Instagram. If you want to see more about this project, please check my YouTube, because over there we have a 3-angle setup, which I cannot do right here on my phone for obvious reasons. So please enjoy this from a little bit of a weird angle, or check it out on YouTube. Alright, top view. So I ended up using this glass from Oceanside. This glass I received in a rackpack. I don't know if you're familiar with the rackpack, but a rackpack is like a wooden crate filled with 80 sheets of glass. They all have this size, and there's a huge variety of glass in there. It's like when Christmas comes early. So so they could come in sizes like this, and it's a crate filled with glass, and it's a surprise. You don't know what you're gonna get. And in the last rackpack I ordered, I received quite some of this glass, like a vanilla kind of color or texture, and I think it works very well with the Wolverine. So let's go to top view again, because in order to shape, to shape these parts, I always print out the pattern a second time, so we can cut these out and then glue them to the glass with a glue stick. In Holland it's called prit. We call it a pritstift. I also know people like to use vinyl to do this with a vinyl cutter. I think that's more precise. I don't have it here. I'm very interested in trying it. So if you have experiences with that, please let me know. Because I like to, well, try out all the things that are available in this craft. So, just with a regular blade, I'll just cut out some parts of the arm, and well, let's go from there. So this is kind of troublesome right there. There should be let me zoom in a little bit with my phone. So I think I made a design flaw here. So as you can see from the top view, over here there's a little space in the arm between the glove and the halo. And this is a small part that really will are we still live? I think we're still, I hope so. Maybe there's a small delay in between what I'm recording now. Yeah, so here we have a little space, and this is something, if you want to make this in glass, and when you're gonna solder it will just, I'm very sure it will break right there. So I think we should be a little bit ahead of this, and maybe we can use this line to follow through, and then we have a nice portion here and then a small extra part over there. I think that should take care of the problem of this glass being going to break on its own accord. So, glass, just a regular cutter. I've done this in yesterday also, and made a reel about it. It's on Instagram. It's just, I don't know, 1 minute or something of me cutting some paper, sticking it on the glass, and then sanding it down. So today we will also be talking about sanding down the glass and then using the grinder or in my case the kristall from Inland. It's I think it's more of a European thing. But there are many brands who are of the same product, right? So whichever you have, whichever you like best. I must say I'm quite fond of the grinder as well. It's a bit more expensive, as you might know, than the others, but it's a great machine. So, little pre-cut part from yesterday. Glue stick. Sometimes I'm checking to see if the camera still records. It's still fairly new to me. So there we go. Maybe this way around is better. Yeah. Alright. So it's stuck here. I'm gonna lose some glass. I'm not sticking this very efficiently, but I'd rather do this once and in a good way than trying to save glass and then have to do it twice. So in this case, I really don't mind that much about saving the glass. And we're all set to make a score. Yep. Okay, so what's nice about this cutter is there's also a placeholder for your finger, right here, which for some reason I don't use at all. It's nice to have it, hold it like this, but then I end up always, I don't know, going to the side with my finger. So I'm maybe other people use this all the time, but for some reason my hand wants to feel this part of the cutter, which is rough as well. There's some markings here so you don't slide off there. So okay, so here we go. Just some regular old-fashioned scoring. There was someone online on Instagram who didn't know I was creating the pieces like this. I'm not sure if there's another way, but yeah, for me it's the most fun part about doing stained glass is actually to acquire the skill to cut the pieces as precise as possible. These cutters have heads that tilt a little bit, as you can see. It's not that much, but just a little bit. And from the same brand, they also have cutters that are fixed. So if you have trouble with glass cutters that twist like this, then the same brand, Suesnit, also has a cutter that doesn't have an oil reservoir and is fixed. So it's obviously it's also cheaper, and it works just as nice. But then it's just a matter of if you like your cutting head to be able to move or not. So this is going to be troublesome, and I might lose this corner right here, which would be a shame. So I'm breaking it like this, but I'm also pulling as much as I can, so I keep the shape intact as much as possible. And there we go. I still have just about enough to sand it away and to keep my shape. So that's very pleasing. I'm not sure if you can see it yet here on Insta. So this is quite nice. Let's move to another camera so we can move towards the grinders. I'll just position the camera and then we'll get back to that. Alright. I should be able to put it a little bit higher so we can see more. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Let's move the phone as well. So, I'm going to switch the camera right now. So over here in the corner I have my grinder and my kristall grinder, and there's a plexiglass casing around it, so the water and all the splatter doesn't go anywhere and it just stays within the cubicle. It's a very nice and efficient way to make sure your studio stays quite tidy and clean. You don't want this glass dust or water like going anywhere, so I like to contain it. And this is thanks to COVID. I am aware that COVID, well, it was very difficult here in Holland, and it still is difficult in some parts in the world. And a lot of people really got hurt by it or even died from it. And all those precautions and all those measures we were taking, suddenly there was plexiglass everywhere, and you could just tailor make anything with plexiglass. So I kind of jumped on it and I tailor made these systems for my grinders. So there was this occasion that suddenly it could be done. So yeah, in a way, thanks to that situation. Let's move on to grinding the bit. The pieces, and then we're gonna see if we're gonna fit it over here. And I think that's about it for today's video. So we don't overdo it, and you have a nice idea of how these parts are being made. And I can talk a little bit about why I use two different sets of grinders, and let's go from there. Alright, so grinders. What I like best about the grinder from Techniglass is, well, the machine is quite nice looking, and it even is maybe a little bit sexy. It has a drawer in which you can put all your grinding bits and cleaning bits, and it sounds nice. It has a skirt like a splash guard, which allows you to even go through it with larger pieces of glass. So yeah, very nice, and especially the light, the LED light here on top is just perfect. It does give the device a bit of an issue with safety, because this connection right here runs with electricity. So if there's water going in there, and obviously you need water when you're grinding, it's gonna damage. It's gonna break down. One of my grinders broke down because some water got in there for somehow, I don't know why, and then it was just it toasted. The kristall doesn't have this beautiful light, and makes a whole different sound. It does not have this nice splash guard yet. This one I have for 6-7 years, and it's rock solid. So this is why I have both. They are both great for different reasons, and I think together they make a very nice pair. I also like to use the smaller bits on the inland, the kristall. They have also some varieties, and with these two bits I kind of am able to create anything in stained glass. Previously, like 4 or 5 years ago, I had this Taurus saw, like this blade, which is a wonderful machine, and it really helped me to work a little bit faster. But the saw just kept breaking down, and these bits, they're like €8, €9, maybe $10 or something. And they just keep, and once in every 2 months I put a new one on it, and it just keeps on going. So it's more steady, it's more stable, it's cost effective, and well, it takes a little bit longer, and sometimes it's a pain. But with these two, I am assured that I can maintain production. You know, so they don't break down on me, or like the saw did. So together they make quite a pair. And of course, for the inland, for the grinder, sorry, they also have a system which you can use to put it on there, and then you can also have a top bit on here. I think I have those somewhere as well. But then it needs to. You need to put this somewhere down there. You need to get rid of this one, put a new one on it. So it's a little bit more of a hassle than just put something on there and you're good to go. Just keep it wet with a sponge, and then it will stay in good condition. So this is why I have both. So I have um, 3 or 4 different stones to sand them down with, and then I've got everything I need. So that's how I used to use both of the grinders. So let me get the little piece we're about to sand down. Here we have a nice light, so camera wise, video wise, this would be a nice spot to start using. And then of course in all the documents it says, well, you have to put it on here and then with light pressure, oh yeah, this is gonna make some noise, sorry. You have to put some pressure and then it will grind, right? So like this. I really like to hold it in my hand, so I have a little bit more control. I can move a little bit faster. And this is not how it's supposed to, and you have to really pay attention because you can cut yourself, and if you are doing stained glass then you already found it out, I am sure of it. This is the moment where I use most of my band-aids, so let's see if we can move around it very carefully without hurting myself. And in order to do so, I like to go around it first, so all the edges are less painful or dangerous to hold, and then we're going to make it to size. So very briefly. Oh. Okay, so this is not going to hurt my fingers. And now we're gonna make it to size. And in order to have really smooth edges and shapes, you really need to keep your glass moving, so it's always on the move, just like that. And now we can get rid of the paper. This is why I like to use paper, because now I know it's to size, but what I don't know if the shape is nice and smooth, because if it isn't, then I am sure I'm gonna see it again once it's foiled. So this time around we're gonna sand it down again, very slightly, so just to make sure that all the curves are nice and smooth. Alright, there we go. I hope it's nice on camera. Yeah, I guess it is. Let's see if this fits, alright? So, here we have the piece I just sanded down. This is the little piece of paper, so that's going to go in the trash right now. Because I'm working from a paper printed pattern, I always dry the pieces before I put them on the pattern, so they don't make everything wet. We're gonna take these ones away because they haven't been made to size yet. And let me switch to the top view, right there. And then we're gonna see if this little one fits. Alright, top view. And now I really hope I did a good job because you're all watching. I think I did, look. Almost. So if I go and hover above it, and I see that this is the cut we've added. So that's nice. And then with a Sharpie, let's take some notes because it's not perfect yet. So over here, I think we need to just a little bit get rid of this one. Maybe here a little bit, and this one also is a little bit on the larger side. Alright, but in general, if we go and have a look, I think we succeeded quite well. Where's my coffee? Because this asks for a little celebration. Yeah. So with these markings right here, I'm gonna sand it down again. So let's go there, and if you want these markings to not go away like really quickly, then there's a trick which I learned from an intern who had an internship in the UK previously, and just with a little bit of lip gloss or labello, or that's a brand I guess, but this is unbranded. I ordered these for my stained glass kits for class 101. Very interesting, by the way. Class 101 is going subscription based, so you can actually pay like a monthly fee and then have access to all their classes, including mine. And please be sure to check it out, because we're going in depth there about pattern making, and also share this trick which I'm sharing with you right now. Like now it's all greasy, so the water won't wash it away instantly. It will wash it away eventually, also way sooner than they would like, but yeah, not as soon as without. So it's definitely a nice trick. All right, moving back to the grinder. Let's start using the other one right now. So then in one video we have shown both of the grinders. Switching to the camera. There we go. Keeping it wet with the sponge. There we are. I think this one should now be perfect. Let's have a look. Alright, so now the markings are gone, so I've sanded away everything I wanted to sand away. And let's see if we can make it fit. Alright, this I like very much. Here I made a little bit of a mistake. So the angle should move downwards, and instead I've sanded it upwards. But this is just 1 millimeter, so this is for the solder to solve. So I'm not going to deal with that. I think this is very nice. And then we're going to create all the other parts of the arm, the halo, and then we're going to use this beautiful glass for the background. I think this is a very nice color that matches the other, well, let's call it, I think it's called light steel blue. So I think this is in the same palette. It has the same, it's from the same corner of blue, I suppose. You could call it like that. So, so we're gonna use the same. We're going to use the same system or way of working, addressing the background. And I'm going to get rid of this because this is going to be too painful to create. So the background will consist of 2 colors only. So we have the outer part, and then in the middle then it will be all this grayish blue hue. And we're going to get rid of all those little details because this is just, it's fun when creating a pattern to think of, oh, this is going to be something different and this is nice, but then when working with glass, you might realize, well, this is too far-fetched, or this is going to take hundreds of hours to of sanding it manually, so that's something we're not going to do. So we're going to dumb it down a little, and then I think it will even be as nice or even nicer to watch, to see. At least it will be possible to create or to recreate, because I will be sharing this pattern along with 3 other heroes, a set of 4 in this month's Patreon. So we're gonna also do some exclusive live video for the Patreon supporters, and in that video we're going to talk in depth about creating one of the patterns. And I can tell you that the video we're gonna shoot will be about creating a Vegeta stained glass piece within this concept of Heroes Never Die. So it will be the same shape and then a Vegeta right here, and that's a design thing we're gonna share, or that's what I'm gonna show you on Patreon. So please check that out if you're interested to learn more about that topic. And in the meantime, I'll be sure to make a live stream once a week regarding the Heroes Never Die project, which will go on until September. And we're gonna make one hero after another. And I think next week we should be able to talk about soldering, maybe even foiling in between. But I think it will take me 2 or 3 more days, and then we'll have this ready to go. Next step would be, and I guess that's might be the first video we're gonna shoot live, is to give the Wolverine all the little nice details it needs to have. Like I've used a wonderful, going back to top view, I've used a wonderful blue here from Oceanside, but obviously the gloves are more than just a blue hue. Same goes for the shoes and for the mask. So we're gonna use some stained glass animals on it, enamels, like not animals but the paint. And we're gonna use a kiln for it, so it's gonna be very traditionally made. And this is what I'll show you in the next video. So I can show you here on Insta already. So this is stained glass paint. Maybe I can switch the camera. Let me show you. Yeah, I can do it. So this is my stained glass animal corner. All kinds of paints, some brushes, and a test piece. This is I'm still learning, so this is something I'm doing in order to learn. And actually, Annika from Instagram, she's called Annika Wright, I think it's her Instagram handle. Annika from the Mare, she's from South Africa. She can paint like, I guess like no one else can. And we've been chatting, going back and forth about how she's kind of guiding me, like doing test projects and for example this portrait of Sam, my son, and this is some skill I'm acquiring. It takes some time, but I know for a fact that I can do this well enough to put it to use for the Wolverine. So let me just put on the light box. So this is the next step. So we're gonna put all the parts of Wolverine on the light box, and then we're gonna give it the nice lines it needs in order to give it much more character. I'm sorry for the floating camera and the moving around. This is something I did not anticipate on, so we're freestyling here, improvising. Alright, back to the main view, and then let me say thank you for watching. I'm very glad you tuned in. I'm very glad with this system because it really enables me to upload the videos on various platforms, including YouTube. It should be live on YouTube right now, so I hope it will be able to put it in the playlist I'm creating, so you can, I don't know, in the future, if you're interested in this project, you can just check out video 1 till maybe we're gonna make 6, I'm not sure. Let's see where it goes. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great evening or a great day, depending on which time zone you're from. I'm about to start my day, and I'm very happy you were here to start it with me. And well, let's see each other in the next video. Enjoy. Bye bye.